Greetings, my people. First, let us thank God for giving us another day of life and His blessing, as well as our family and friends. Welcome to the Dominic Sports Picks channel, where we also give our NBA analysis a hard look. Here you'll find everything you need to bet safely. The possible winner of each game. Whether the scoreboard will be broken with highs or lows. And of course, our classic club player bats, so you know which player is going to break it tonight. This isn't a story, this is numbers, logic, and vision. If you're an NBA fan and like to play smart, this is your channel. Subscribe, turn on that bell, and follow us every day, as we analyze every game, every piece of information, and every pick. With Dominic Sports Picks, you don't go in blind, you go in to win. NBA, MLB, NHL, NFL, any league. Here, we study to win. Let's get started.
Mis amigos de Dominic Pronósticos, aquí le presentamos nuestras estadísticas actualizadas al día de hoy, con el objetivo de mantener una comunicación transparente y honesta con todos nuestros seguidores. En este informe reflejamos de manera clara nuestro nivel de aciertos y pérdidas, ofreciendo una visión real del rendimiento de nuestros pronósticos. En Dominic Pronósticos creemos que la confianza se construye con resultados verificables, compromiso constante y total transparencia en cada análisis compartido. Ahora vamos con nuestros análisis para el día de hoy.
We begin with another great analysis from Dominic Sports Picks. Tonight in the NBA, we have a divisional duel that promises intensity and young talent at Little Caesars Arena, Cleveland Cavaliers versus Detroit Pistons. Two teams are coming in fired up, but with different missions. Detroit wants to prove its new competitive standard is real, while Cleveland seeks to reaffirm its position in the East. Matchup analysis. The Pistons are surprising at the start of the season. They've won 3 in a row, including victories over Houston and Boston, with a young core led by Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, and Ozar Thompson. Their energy and comeback ability were evident against the Celtics, but that physical exertion could take its toll as they play their second game on consecutive nights. For its part, Cleveland is also coming off a back-to-back victory after beating Milwaukee, showing a stronger and more collective version. Donovan Mitchell remains the offensive engine, but the key has been Evan Mobley, who is coming off a spectacular performance, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 12 of 12 shooting from the line. Without Darius Garland, Mobley's role in the offense has grown significantly. Additionally, Sam Merrill and Lonzo Ball are providing consistency on the perimeter, while the return of DeAndre Hunter has added defensive toughness. Cleveland has the advantage in experience and rotation. It also historically dominates the series, 12 wins in the last 13 games. Detroit relies heavily on its intensity and rebounding control, but if the three-pointers don't fall, its offense quickly stagnates. Picks and predictions. Pick 1, Cleveland Cavaliers plus 4.5 to win. Although the Pistons are playing well, this is a dangerous spot, their second game in 24 hours, against a more structured opponent with greater depth. Cleveland has responded well on the road, and the plus 4.5 looks like excellent value. Pick 2, totals at over 224.0 points. Both teams are averaging over 115 points per game this season. The Cavs have increased their offensive pace with Hunter and Merrill active, and Detroit plays at a fast pace with young players pushing in transition. With two tired back-to-back defenses, the over is the logical play. Pick 3, Evan Mobley at over 15.0 points. Mobley has surpassed this line in 3 of his last 4 games. He's attacking the rim more, drawing more fouls, and shooting with confidence. Without Garland, he has more offensive volume, and Detroit's interior defense, although intense, often gives up points on second chances. This is a high-paced game with young energy and plenty of talent on the court. The Pistons will look to consolidate, but the Cavaliers' maturity and consistency should prevail. See you in the next analysis with more winning picks. Let's go all out, Dominic Sports Picks family. We continue, Dominic Sports Picks family. Today we analyze one of the most exciting games in the East, Orlando Magic versus Philadelphia 76ers. Two franchises with different realities, the Sixers arrive undefeated and with a hot offense, while the Magic are looking for answers after an inconsistent start. This will be an excellent barometer to gauge whether Philadelphia's depth is really as solid as it seems. Match analysis. The 76ers have started the season with authority. They beat Boston and Charlotte, showcasing different offensive weapons. Tyrese Maxey is in star mode, averaging 34 points in 2 games. VJ Edgecombe, the rookie sensation, has made an impact since his debut with 34 points, and Joel Embiid, although limited in minutes, looks increasingly comfortable physically. Furthermore, the contribution of the bench with Quentin Grimes and Andre Drummond demonstrates that Nick Nurse's system has balance and energy on all lines. On the other hand, the Magic are coming off a tough loss to Chicago and are struggling with serious offensive issues, just 12.5% on three-pointers, 3 of 24, and 20 turnovers. While Paolo Banchero remains their star, his efficiency has slipped, 7 of 21 from the field, and the perimeter isn't keeping up. Neither Tyus Jones nor Tristan da Silva have been able to provide consistency from the outside. Orlando will be playing its 4th consecutive home game, but the uncertainties on offense and lack of clarity in the midfield put them in a difficult situation against an opponent with multiple scorers. Picks and predictions. Pick 1, Philadelphia 76ers plus 8.5 to win. This margin is too wide for a team playing with confidence, pace, and depth. Philadelphia has shown character in closing out close games, while Orlando is coming off an offensive collapse. Even with Embiid limited, Maxey and Edgecombe can sustain the attack against a young but inefficient defense. Pick 2, totals over 220.0 points. The Sixers are averaging 121 points per game, with a high pace and great effectiveness from the perimeter. Orlando, despite its inconsistency, tends to raise its game at home and has athletic pieces that run the court. If both teams maintain the fast pace shown in the first meetings, this matchup should easily surpass the 220-point line. Pick 3, VJ Edgecombe over 15.0 points. The 76ers rookie has been a revelation. His offensive explosiveness and shooting confidence make him a real option every night. With Embiid still limited and defenses centered on Maxey, Edgecombe has room to produce. He comfortably surpassed this line in his first 2 games and projects to once again be a high-volume shooter. The momentum and the collective dynamic clearly favor Philadelphia. While Orlando searches for an offensive identity, the Sixers have already found their formula: pace, outside shooting, and multiple scorers. The Sixers want to remain undefeated, and everything indicates they can do it in style. Let's check out these picks. Finally, Dominic Sports Picks family. Today we head to the United Center, where the Chicago Bulls look to maintain their perfect pace when they host the Atlanta Hawks. 2 teams with opposing philosophies, Chicago building on defense and team play, and Atlanta trying to survive amid injuries and early adjustments. Here's a complete analysis of this matchup that promises intensity and plenty of value in the picks. Match analysis. The Bulls have started the season with a very clear identity: aggressive defense, quick transitions, and a deep rotation. In their most recent 110-98 win over Orlando, 7 players scored in double figures, reflecting the balance coach Billy Donovan demands. The Nikola Vucevic-Josh Giddey duo has been the driving force of the team. Both are averaging more than 20 points per game, with Vucevic also adding 11 rebounds per night. Without Kobe White and Zach Collins, the team has remained solid thanks to its physicality and cohesion. Chicago's defense is currently one of the top 3 in the league, allowing just 104.5 points per game, and it shows in the intensity with which they close out games. The Hawks, on the other hand, are coming into the game feeling battered. They fell 117-100 to Oklahoma City and have 2 home losses. Trae Young continues to lead the offense, but without Kristaps Porzingis, Zachary Rizicher, and Jalen Johnson, the team appears to lack size and offensive options. Atlanta also begins a 4-game road trip, and their defense has allowed more than 115 points on average, a worrying sign against an opponent that punishes every turnover. Picks and predictions. Pick 1, Chicago Bulls plus 5.5 to win. Chicago arrives with confidence, rhythm, and defensive solidity. They are strong at home, with a system that prioritizes pressure and rebounding. Atlanta, on the other hand, still lacks stability or a clear rotation. The plus 5.5 seems very valuable against a more complete and better positioned team right now. Pick 2, totals under 242.5 points. This line is very high considering the Bulls' style, which relies on defense and controlled possessions. Chicago is among the teams with the fewest points allowed per game, and Atlanta, without several starters, doesn't have enough offense to break that rhythm. Score projection, around 112-108. Pick 3, Josh Giddey at over 15.0 points. The Australian has taken on a leading role in Chicago's offense. With more minutes and freedom to attack, Giddey has surpassed 20 points in both games this season. Against a weak Atlanta perimeter and without Porzingis protecting the paint, his ability to penetrate and finish will be key. The Bulls have demonstrated chemistry, depth, and discipline. Atlanta arrives short on pieces and with a rebuilding defense. Everything points to Chicago continuing to dominate its style and control the pace of the game. The Bulls remain in solid, collective form at home. Let's take a look at this trio of picks. My people, until tomorrow, blessings and good luck to all.